So here we go. We're going to learn about converting different ways to write the same stat. Get ready to learn something useful. So I'm Mr. Ray the teacher. There's my social media below, and also don't forget to subscribe. Click that like button if this video helps you out, and also check out my other videos. And remember also the bell icon if you want notifications when I put out new videos. Let's get it on. So today we're going to learn about mathematics, the calculation for doing the following. See those squares? Converting basic fractions, decimals, and percentages. And also remember, it's just a numbers game. And to also check out my other videos, please subscribe as I do put up videos regularly. And also, if you want to help me out, as I'm helping you out, there's my Patreon, and there's my other social media if you want to keep in the loop. So first of all, we're going to look at converting fractions, decimals, and percentages. In math, we can express a figure in different ways. We'll learn how to convert fractions, decimals, and percentages. So these bad boys, boom, boom, boom. So 25 out of 100, 0.25, 25%. Respectively, they all equal 1/4. It's like speaking different languages with a common base. As you can see, look, we've got the number 25, 25, 25. Yeah, but here we've got a 4 and a 1. So what's this all about? We're going to learn a bit about that coming on. Well, there you go. 50 out of 100, 0.5, and 50%. It's another one. And that one, for the fraction's sake, for the first one, that'll be a 1/2. So what's that all about? They're equivalent, so that means they're worth the same value. And this is important as math is all around us in daily life, as most importantly, percentages and money are critical. You don't want anyone to be ripping you off. So here's the big picture, and see, these are inverse operations, and they're opposite. So looking here, so we're just going to go break this down slowly, but here's something that you can screenshot if you want the notes. So, notes about fractions. Fractions are when one number, the numerator, is divided equally into the number beneath, the denominator. So a proper fraction is where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. In this case, the fraction is not quite 0, but it's not quite a whole number either. So yeah, fraction again, it's not quite 0, but it's not quite a whole number either. Or it's not quite whatever number was preceding. So if it's 2.5, it's not quite 2, but it's not quite 3, for example. So moving on, an improper fraction is where the numerator is higher than the denominator. So look, 5/2. To fix this, we divide the numerator by the denominator, which stays. So for example, 5 divided by 2, written in fraction form. And then you've got now here equals 2 with a remainder of 1. And when we simplify that, we get 2 with 1/2, also known as 2.5. Put the whole number to the left and leave the remainder as the new numerator. So look, we've still got the 5/2 here. The denominator is 2. It still remains 2. But now the numerator isn't 5. The numerator is 1, because that's the remainder we have here. And this 2 comes from this bad boy. And if you don't get it, here it is in color. So 5/2 is 5 divided by 2, which equals 2 remainder 1. And we just pop that remainder as the new numerator and leave the 2 on the side. So whole number goes there, remainder goes there, and your denominator stays there. Simple. Bada bim, bada boo. There's your answer. Don't forget to circle it, because if you do make mistakes, at least we can see where you went wrong, or we can see if you can do the process or the operation properly or not. Working out, really important. And about decimals, decimals are portions of a whole number. So there's my decimal square. They're not quite 0, they're not quite a whole number, or they're not quite the preceding number, same as I was saying before. So if it's 2.25, the value is not quite 2, it's not quite 3 yet. So they are similar to fractions, but written differently. So this is where the whole different languages per se go. And And notes about percentages. A percentage is a number out of 100. That is simply what the word percentage means. This kind of looks like a 100, and you're going to see my mathemagic coming right up. So here we go, 50%. Now look what's happened here. Ooh. And I'm going to do some more magic here. Oh, there's 100, and there's still a little bit remaining here. And we're just going to stretch that bad boy out. Bang, 50 over 100. That's how my 50% became 50 over 100. Any percent higher than 100% means it's going above the full maximum. For example, 150% means you're going 50% over the maximum, because we take out that 1 here where it's 100, so you've got plus 50, and that's a shortcut. Or 1.5, because your half, which equals 50%, is over the maximum. So we start off with a fraction 1 over 4. You saw this picture before. So if you want to change it to a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator, and you will get that. If you don't believe me, feel free to check your calculators now. And if you get a different answer and you've done the operation correctly, please put the number below or make a reply video, because, wow, it's doable, but you have to rig some stuff. And, well, factually speaking, no, it's not doable. But anyway, if you want to change that decimal to percentage, multiply a decimal by 100, because a percentage is a number out of 100. So that's how we get from 1/4 is a fraction to equal 0.25 as a decimal to equal 25% as a percentage. Now let's bring it back a bit, because we've gone this way. Let's bring it back full circle, or metaphorical circle. That wasn't a circle, more like a rounded oblong. So percentage back to decimal, you just do the inverse operation. Inverse means opposite. Multiplication, the opposite is division. So we're back to here, and there you go. So the operations are inverse, opposite. If you want to go from decimal to fraction, simply write as a fraction, then simplify. So look, you can technically write it as 25 over 100, because that's what it is. But then do simplify, because usually that's the way to go. And to write a fraction as a thing, to write fraction, make the denominator 10 if it's tenths. Here's a shortcut. 100s if it goes up to 100ths. And 1,000 if it goes up to 100 thousandths. Thousandths. And so on and so forth. The box is accurate. I just had a little tongue slip there. Alrighty, so let's wrap things up. As percentages are out of 100, to make a fraction out of this, just make the denominator 100 and then simplify. So 25 equals 25 over 100, and then just simplify it down to 1/4. You can skip the middle step if need be. So peeps, what did you learn today? If that's what someone asks you, please don't waste a taxpayer dollar. If you go to a public school, justify it. You learned this: converting fractions, decimals, and percentages. These are different ways we can write the same figure. So, for example, it can be expressed as a fraction, which is 1/4, 1 over 4. It can be expressed as a decimal, 0.25, or it can be expressed as a percentage, 25%. If you want to keep the 25s in there, this can also be written as 25 over 100, but we've just simplified it there. And there you go. And these things are all the same with the value, and conversions allow us to see things in the same numerical language. Hopefully that's made it simple for you. And if it has, great. Oh, there's my notification that I've got to leave. But before I go, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and check out my other videos. Spread the word if this video helped you out. Tell your friends and colleagues and that. And check out my Patreon if you want to support me, spread the love, and give kudos for me helping you have a brighter future by studying hard. Watching ads too helps if I've activated them and you haven't skipped them and you're not using ad blocker. That's so sweet of you. Also, special thanks and shout out to the following. S. Habibi, she chose that name. She helped me out with a lot of the videos here, and also my stage 4 math class that I've been teaching apparently now for a bit, and my remedial math class that I also help out. Also, don't forget, study hard for a bright future, and I'll catch you around on the flip side. Any questions, leave a comment below, and I, or maybe some other good Samaritan, will reply, but most likely me reply. Thanks. All right, catch up. Bye now.